Hello, welcome to another episode of Cranial Diarrhea. I'm Tim.
And we are on the patio lounge, which is neither a patio nor a lounge.
I'm here.
Randy
Sorry.
wants to get in the shot.
I'm sorry. Oh my god.
And I am Dad, and I remember the name of the show.
Well, so my intro is usually uh
From the
welcome to
studio,
another
right?
from the studio, but we're not in the studio, so it tripped me up. I was like, what? Wait, what?
Curveball,
What
where
do
you
I do?
at?
What's happening?
We are not in the studio today.
No, we're not.
We're in a much nicer, breezy location. This is nice.
I think so. We're on
See,
my patio.
yeah, it's nice.
Again, we
Yeah,
used to do shows out here a lot.
yeah, we did. Especially like, well, I guess it was more this time of year in the fall when it got a little cooler.
Yeah.
But it's actually nice out today, so
Yeah.
we're able to get out.
Well, I think so. We were supposed to do a podcast in studio today, but I forgot. And so after I logged off from work, I just immediately started drinking. And here we are.
That was at 9 o'clock this morning.
No, no. It was at 3.
9:33.
It was at 3.
So anyway, that's our show. Hope you enjoyed it. We prepared nothing. This week we are going to talk about something a little different. We're going to talk about nurture versus nature.
Oh, okay.
Start talking. I came up with the idea. It's your
Start
time to talk. One of the things I do wonder, though, in all seriousness, and I was just kind of thinking about this a little bit. We all have like tendencies or actions or facial expressions,
Mm,
or like certain ways of speaking or
mm,
certain words or phrases we
mhm.
use. So I got to wondering how much of that is like just nature, natural, that we inherit, and how much is nurturing the people we're around, the environment we're
Oh. So there are a few things. So I bounce my knee a lot,
around.
right?
As well.
You do too, but so does my mom.
Right. You get that from both, so you bounce both knees.
Yeah, so I'm like going
You
all
do
the time.
too, so granddaughter does too.
Yeah,
So
she
see,
does too. I think the dog might do it a little bit too.
I don't know if that would be. That's
That's
kind of.
that's
I don't want to know.
nurture.
Yeah, I don't know.
He picked that up.
But I mean that's true, and also if you think about it, like there's certain, and I don't want to say a specific way we eat. I'm talking about like specific foods we're kind of, I guess, that are more of our favorites.
Okay.
And if you think about that, and you have some of both,
I have always loved hamburgers.
yes,
I've
that's
always
like my
loved
favorite.
hamburgers. Um, and what's interesting about that is like I I didn't grow up in your household, but I have that trait.
Right. That's why that's one of the things I
So
was thinking about because
yeah,
like your sense of humor.
yeah.
You have a lot of my sense of humor.
Unfortunately.
You're welcome.
But while we're on the subject of how we eat, when you have a plate that has a couple of different things on it, like how do you eat that? Like do you eat a little bit of everything?
To be honest with you, I think most times I eat one thing.
Okay, is there a specific order?
What do you mean? Like
Okay.
like tell me what I'm eating and I'll tell you what order I'm eating it in.
Well, let's say that you're eating a steak, potatoes, and corn
Steak, potato, and
and a
corn
roll. Yeah.
and a roll.
Yes.
All right. So probably what's going to happen now? Do I get the roll before the food or when it comes out with you?
When it comes out, this is not restaurant. This is at home.
All right. So in that particular place, I'm probably going to eat. I probably would. Probably going to be the corner. Probably get out of the way because that's probably my least favorite. So I'm probably going to start with the steak.
Oh my god, you do it too?
Yes.
No, no, no. Wait, you do it opposite of what I do. So I eat one thing at a time
Right.
in order of the things I am least excited about.
Right. Like
So I
like I'm
eat
going
if
corn
I'm
before the steak,
yes,
potato
yes,
before the steak,
and
and I'm
then the
finishing.
roll.
Right. Right. And then, but I always save just a little bit of roll to get the steak,
No,
like the grease, just a little bite.
well, I eat the roll after, so I'm
Right, that's what I'm saying for
least
the steak.
excited about the corn, so I
Right,
eat that first.
first. Then you have
And
your
then I
potato.
eat my potatoes.
Then you
And
have
then
your
I eat my
steak,
steak.
and then your
And then
roll
I eat my
tops it up.
roll.
Right,
Because I'm most excited about the roll.
right. That's the best
But I
part. The
don't
bread.
eat, like, let's say that I have a hamburger and french fries, right?
Okay.
I eat my french fries first.
Yes. And then your burger.
And then my burger.
Right.
Because I'm most excited about my burger.
Right. You got to have the burger.
But I
last.
can't eat a few fries and take a bite of burger.
No, I've got to have my fries first, and then my burger.
You know you did that too.
I
That's
do.
weird.
I'm and I don't like things to mix.
I don't like things to mix. I'm okay if they touch a little.
Right. I'm okay if they touch.
But I don't
But I
like
don't
to mix
want
things.
like I see
Yeah.
people like mix their stuff like in
Yeah,
their mashed
yeah,
potatoes or
yeah.
something. No.
Yeah, same.
Yeah.
Okay.
Isn't that weird?
So that's definitely nature.
But what about your mom? Does she do? Is she like that when she eats? Like if she was eating
I have no
the
idea.
steak, the
It's
corn,
never
and the
that has
potato?
never come up in conversation.
I wonder that. I mean, because it's really interesting to see that because that's wild. Cause
Maybe
you do
for
the
this
same
nature
thing.
versus nurture, we should have had her on the show too.
That yeah. I mean, and that's part of the. Oh, that is really cool.
So,
Wow, did you
side
make
note,
that?
it's floppy.
That is awesome.
My daughter is into resin crafting and
That is
Turned
really
out
cool.
produced
That
this.
turned out really
today.
good.
So.
You did awesome. Proud of you.
Yeah,
Bob.
so I'm
Great job.
obsessed with sea turtles. Now.
Turtle.
We saw a sea turtle on vacation, like a real life sea turtle. I've never seen one before, and I'm obsessed.
They
So
are cool.
We also we saw dolphins trying to get away.
we did. We saw
All
dolphins
right.
try and do it.
Were they playing?
But I'm obsessed with sea turtles, so I've been having her make me these sea turtles, and I've been hanging them on my wall.
Oh, that's cool.
Anyway,
Oh, look, we're gonna see some sea
yeah,
turtles.
we're gonna see one.
Oh, that's really
Oh,
nice.
yeah.
You did awesome. Though.
Let's see this.
Oh, that's a nice
Sea turtle
shell.
that we're-
Look at that. You're doing great work.
The back is prettier.
You did really well. I'm proud of you,
Yeah.
granddaughter. Great job.
She's been working with like mixing colors and all that stuff. So
That's really
You
cool.
should show them the ones in your room later.
yeah, I will.
You did a really
You
good
want
job.
to sit here?
You let a mosquito in.
Skaters in.
Skater.
It was hungry.
Skater.
So
Sorry, I got distracted.
we know we eat the same, and that's nature.
Is it nature or nurture?
Nature, because
Right. Okay. I
yeah,
always get the two.
you
confused.
didn't raise me, so there would be no way for that to be nurture.
And see, I kind of think
I wouldn't have picked that up from you.
I think the sense of humor is kind of nature as well,
Yeah, I think so.
because it's like it's really weird because it's like we have this unspoken. I don't even know what you would call it, but like you know what I'm thinking,
Hmm.
and you can say something and you look at me and laugh because you know what I'm fixing to
I
say.
think our brain works the same way.
Right, the cognitive
Yeah, we
function of our
yeah,
brain.
we share the same.
Why did I do this with cognitive? I mean, is it like reverse? Maybe our
I
brains
don't
are.
know. But I think a lot like my mom too, which makes me think that you guys might think alike. Probably. We're just full of little interruptions
Yeah, it's all
today.
good. But that's really, I mean, if you really think about it, because I mean, even think about like your actions, like the way you walk.
I walk like you, 100%. So he walks with his feet out like this,
Yes.
like a duck, right? And my husband makes fun of me because I walk like that too, but I had no idea that that's how you walked
Yeah.
until
Now let me ask you this: when you run, because when I run,
Oh,
my
I-
feet are straight.
don't run ever. If I'm running, something's chasing me, and you should run too.
Right. And you better run faster than me, or it's going to get you.
Yeah, something that I'm really terrified of is chasing me.
But that's really that's kind of interesting because I mean, when you think about it, just things like that, more nature. Now, what would some things be that would be nurture? I struggle thinking of that.
I think my love for reading would be nurture.
I don't know. Your mom loves to read too, right?
That's what I'm saying. I picked it
So
up.
that
I
could be
think
nature.
no, I think I picked it up from her. I think I
But you
picked it
didn't
up from
get
her
it from me. I can
because
tell
she
you.
was always handing me books to read. Um, and I picked it up, and not only did I read a lot, but I can read really quickly. So I could finish a book in a day.
I can finish a book in 5 minutes.
It take 5 minutes
5 minutes.
with the synopsis.
I will stop reading, fall asleep, and I'm done.
No, I read from front to
Here's
back.
the thing about reading for me.
And I think with mom, so she always she's a huge reader.
Right.
She reads all the time, and I think that she made sure to nurture that
I like the way
love of
I like the way you work
reading.
that in there.
Yeah, I don't know about to my sisters, but definitely to me. And she used to have all of these books in her closet, and she would let me go in there, and so I would pick a book and read it, and then she would let me go in and pick another book, and it was like my own little library,
Oh,
because she had tons of books, and so because of that, I think I can safely say that she attributed to my creativity, imagination, like all that stuff goes hand in hand, right? Um, and then the love of reading, the love of writing, all of that I can attribute to my mother giving me books. So that's
That's really cool.
nurture, for sure.
I mean, don't get me
For
wrong.
sure.
I've done my share of reading. I got my doctorate. I had to do some
Right, but you don't read for fun.
reading. Not my choice. If I'm reading
Yeah,
for
you don't
fun,
read for fun.
like for instance, what kind of books do you read for fun? If I read for fun,
For fun,
I must have started drinking at 9 o'clock. If I
it's
start
10:30.
10:30,
No.
excuse me, 10:30 Pacific time. Or Eastern time, because that means you
So,
start at 9:30.
so what you're asking me what I like to read?
Yeah, because like if I read a book, the books that keep my interest are, of course, the ones of my occupation, but also mainly political type books is more of what I'm into.
No.
I don't read our historical like accounts of World War II, something like that, but mainly political.
Reading for me has always been it's kind of an escape, right? So I read sci-fi, I read like whodunits, I read
Well, who did it?
psychological thrillers are my favorite. I like where it's just the whole book is a complete mind fuck. Like you're like you think this is gonna be this way, and then it completely flips, and you're like,
Plot twist. You like
didn't
plot
see that.
twist.
Yeah.
See, I struggle. Here's where I struggle.
But I like that stuff, and I also have been known to read the raunchy romance novels from time to time.
Here's where I struggle.
It's like a
with,
palate cleanser for me.
yeah, I struggle with plot twists for one reason. I figure them out.
I do too. I do
And
too, but
it's
I
like-
still really enjoy
It's like
the.
watching a movie. I
I
figure
really
it
enjoy
out.
the journey to get there.
Well, I figure it out and I'm bored. I want to go do something
No,
else.
because I mean, not like it's not like a movie though. It's like because in a book is so much more.
Yeah, but
right?
I know what's going to happen, so I
much-
don't need to
yeah.
read anymore.
I have an idea of what's going to happen, but I really enjoy the journey of
I
getting
know how
to
you
that
can
point.
find out if you're right. Just turn to the last page. Yep, that's what happened.
Anyway, a book for me has always been, when I'm reading, I'm fully engaged in what I'm reading. I am there in my mind's eye. I am the main character. I'm experiencing all these things.
See, that's really weird because that's not.
Oh,
I
and
don't.
I'm super imaginative.
To me,
though.
if I'm reading, I'm absorbing information, but I'm not really picturing. Like you're talking about how you picture things, kind
yeah,
of like
absolutely.
when we talked about when you kind of see the colors.
Yeah.
I wonder if that's like an artistic thing because you're kind of painting these pictures and you're immersing in this, where I'm just like bottom
Yeah,
line.
but I think that's where all of my artistic creativity, all that comes from, is from reading these books and letting my mind work that way.
Pinterest.
Pinterest. I only get on Pinterest for recipes.
Oh, I don't even know what it's for. See, but I mean, it's interesting the way,
So I think reading for me is definitely
even
nurture.
though we have that same sense of humor, the way we process information, you're more developing the picture,
Mhm.
where I'm just give me the bottom
So,
line facts and I'm moving.
Let me ask you, do you daydream at all?
You know, I'm really too busy today.
I daydream all day long.
Really?
When I tell, I create
Isn't that
these.
called napping?
No, I create these stories in my head, like these crazy, not even crazy, but just these scenarios that
So
like,
wait, you're working
yeah,
and you're doing your tax files or whatever for a company,
Mhm.
and you're going, and if this is discovered by the Russians, the secret will be out. She's on a secret mission to
literally,
hide the tax files.
literally.
Really?
Mhm. When I'm doing even as stuff as simple as like doing the dishes.
Seriously?
Yes.
Did you in the shower?
Yeah.
I have full plot lines in my head in the shower.
Absolutely.
Really?
Yeah. Full on plots. Yeah. Absolutely.
Wow.
I one time had a scenario. I was a pop star and I was signing autographs in
Mhm.
my brain.
Mhm.
Now,
I have this running scenario where it's so stupid and I'm embarrassed to admit this, but I'm being interviewed about what's happening in my life at that moment.
I'm scrubbing the band.
Yeah.
I have a lot of interview plot lines.
Not like I'm
So-
scrubbing a pan, but like major events that have happened recently in my life. I always like I always have this running plot line that I'm being interviewed about it and I have to explain. And I think it's a way for me to
You
like
speak out loud when you're doing this?
no, it's all in my head, but
That's like your coping mechanism.
maybe I think it's a way for me to process things, and to try to like here's why I did this and here's why I did this and the stuff sometimes it surprises me. I'm like, "Oh, okay, well, okay."
Now, I tell you what I do while like I'm working on something.
Mhm.
I'm also thinking ahead about what I'm working on next.
No. No, I mean I do that, but that's not what I'm
You do
talking
do?
about.
You said do
So
do?
like sometimes when I wake up in the morning and I'm getting ready, like I'm getting
When I
dressed and
wake
brushing
up
my
in the
teeth and stuff,
morning,
I'm like in my head I'm like my name's Tiffany, I'm 37 years old, I live in Smyrna, Tennessee, and this is day in the life. And then I narrate
you should do that
like I'm talking to
You
somebody.
should do that like on social media, like record a
It's
full year
so-
of your
it's
life.
Make
weird.
me feel going crazy sometimes.
Yeah.
So you wake up in the morning, you go, when you wake up in the morning, when I wake up, start hearing the song.
Well, I know I'm gonna be the man who wakes up next to you. Yeah. That's the song.
Oh, okay. I was like, I thought you were going to change the lyrics. You threw me off there. I thought, where are you going with this? But
So
that's
anyway.
fine. So you constantly have this. So your day is like a full daydream adventure.
Hmm. Yeah, and the scenarios could change like that. Okay, because it could be something that would happen in real life to I'm a witch and I'm casting spells on this person and whatever.
Really?
Yeah, like like that, and that's just
So you
that's
change
just
over that
a
quick.
random. Like I don't think I've ever had that actual daydream, but that's what I'm talking about here. Like it goes from real life to fantasy like that.
So you spend your day daydreaming.
Yeah, I mean I'm still paying attention to what I need to pay attention
But
to.
are we?
Yeah, obviously.
But you're hiding
Or
the tax
I
files
would
from
have
the
been
Russians.
fired like a long time
You're
ago.
hiding the tax files from the Russians.
But I think that
Do you ever hear like the?
I think I have the mind of a writer. I just don't have the patience or the time to sit down and plug it
Maybe
all
you
out.
should.
I don't know,
Do
man.
you ever like? Are you ever working and somebody knocks on the door and you're like, "Cracky, it's the Russians! Quick, delete."
I
They found us.
I do have this one where like sometimes when I'm ordering dinner on the weekends, like I'll want one thing and she'll want another, and so I order from Grubhub for her, and then I'll order for DoorDash for me. But then I have this running thing in my head that if they show up at the same time, there's going to be this turf war.
One time they almost did show up at the same time. They were supposed to.
Grubhub,
Yeah.
DoorDash.
So
They get out of their cars with their
no.
things like they used to ride the horses, and they did the towels.
Well, let me ask you about. So this all kind of ties in when you listen to music. Do you just listen to the song and that's it? Because when I listen to music, I have full on movies that play in my head based on the song.
Really?
Yeah.
No, I think I'm just like, to be honest with you, I think the music is just a filler for dead air. Because again, if I'm listening to music, I'm usually doing something. So the music is just kind of background noise.
Even if I'm doing something. So there's this one song. I mean, it's every song I hear. I've my brain because my brain's broken. But there's this one song that the movie that my brain created sticks with me, and it's this image of this woman with long hair in like a Victorian era dress. Okay, she's crying and she's running. She comes to the edge of this cliff and she's holding this bundle of papers. These are letters that she's written to her love that I don't know where he went. I have no idea. But he's not there. So she wrote him all these letters and she's got this bundle of letters and so the wind's like whipping her hair around and whipping her dress and she throws these letters out over into the sea, right? She just throws them out. And then she just throws her arms out and she just
Let me guess the song.
falls off the cliff.
You can call me Betty. And Betty, when you call me,
No.
you can call me.
But it's such a vivid scene
Is
for
it
me. It's raining and it's
Crazy Train by Ozzy?
no.
Round and Round by Rap?
Anyway,
What's the song?
it's a song by Opus, and I don't remember the name of it. I'll let you listen to it when
Oh,
we're
okay.
done here. But the first time I heard it's just
So do you paint pictures like that for every song?
yeah.
Really?
I do too.
So again, I'm going to go back. Is that
You
one
do
of
too?
those? You do too? Is that one of those things like the color scene thing? I wonder if that's a thing.
I think it's a thing because she just said she does it too. And if it wasn't a thing,
I want to know what it's called.
Oh, I disconnected from the Wi-Fi and I couldn't find it. So.
oh, will you do me a favor, please? Thank you, baby.
So I would Google
$5 extra.
people who see.
You're gonna make it pull up psychosis if you look it up. In the
I know
library.
you can't Google stuff like that because you're gonna be like, "My God, you're psycho."
It's actually daydreaming. Daydreaming also it's called maladaptive daydreaming and it's mental illness. It is.
Does anyone else make up little movies in their head? Hyper Fantasia. And some of these people, I'm a maladaptive daydreamer, so I do this all the time.
That's what Angela was just talking about.
Wow. That's pretty funny. I didn't know that existed.
I guess you don't do that.
Hyperphantasia. I do not.
I don't know if my mom does. You brought me an extra.
Hyperphantasia.
I don't know if my mom does. I'd have to ask her.
I wonder if that's happens more commonly with people that are more in tune with their artistic side.
Maybe. Couple that with the color thing, and I'm just a psycho.
Hey, at least you see movies in color.
Psycho.
No, it's just that's just people process things.
Music mimics the imagination, creating images and stories based on sounds.
So what do they call people that hears music and it's just background and they don't think nothing about it?
Dead inside.
Maladaptive daydreaming is a mental health issue that causes a person to lose themselves in complex daydreams.
But you don't lose
Here,
yourself.
let me ask you this,
you keep
Angela.
working.
When you're trying to fall asleep, do you play like scenarios in or like plot lines in your head when you're trying to fall asleep?
Sometimes I just kind of close my eyes and I see white and I fall asleep.
I always have a plot running in my head when I'm trying to fall asleep.
Really?
Yeah, like a story in my head.
I always have different.
That would explain the dreams.
I always have different songs playing in my head to the point sometimes they won't be quiet
Yeah, I
I
have a
can't
lot of songs
focus.
in my
I
head
guess
too.
I always have a story
Here
in my
for the
head.
past, but you know what? I have a song in my head, and it'll be weeks, and then that song will switch. So like the past week and a half,
You
it's
finally
been
changed the station.
no, the past week and a half, it's been a Reba McEntire song. Tonight when the lights went out in
Oh,
Georgia.
I hate that.
Yeah.
There's, for some reason, do you know that song?
Love Reba,
Straight
but
to
that's
Tables,
not my song.
Girls on Film? That's been stuck in my head.
Girls on film.
I can't get it out.
Grandma would be proud of
Yeah,
you.
Duran Duran.
She loved Duran Duran.
Listens to random TikTok.
Mom, if you're
videos.
hearing this, Angela's a Duran Duran fan.
No, I'm not. It's just stuck in my head.
I guess I have a scenario stuck in my head when I lay down. It's called Close My Eyes and Go to Sleep.
That's because you're not fun.
It's not that easy
I
for
guess
me.
I guess I'm just. I don't know. I guess I'm just old.
And it's not that I'm like consciously actively doing it. It just
I just think I'm not.
my mind wanders and that's where it goes.
I just think I'm not an artistic person.
That's why you're a teacher.
I'm a bottom line. I can figure out any problem. Let's
Type
roll
A.
it. Yeah. Type A.
Type
I don't
A.
know what my blood type is.
Mom's O positive.
I'm positive I have blood.
You need to find out because I can find out what I am based on what you are.
Well, all you got to do is go to the doctor and tell them to test it. I
Or
think
you
I
can
have
just
a.
find out what you are.
Well, I think I have a card here somewhere.
I'm a kid. You don't even know what I
Look, we're leaving the show. I'm looking for my Red Cross card.
Oh, you give blood? Good
I
for
do
you.
give blood.
I do not.
am. Ew, no, they do blood drives at school and everything. Anyway.
They do blood drives at school?
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's where I get blood
In the
at.
oxygen.
Like for the students?
Yeah.
Yeah, students can do it too.
No.
They have to have it signed off on.
Mama, they did in elementary too. You've been doing this
My
every day.
God, why are you so shaky?
Just the way I
Losing too
am.
much blood.
I'm always.
Hey,
Yeah, really. Maybe I lost too much. Oh, there it is.
What are you?
I don't know. It's been forever since I had this out. It
This
looks
is
like
exciting. I'm
it's
about to find out what blood type I am.
Da-da-da-da-da-da. I'm O positive.
I'm O positive.
Are you positive?
Pretty positive. Yeah, because O positive and O positive is O positive.
Make me negative. Figure that one out.
Do you know what daddy is?
No, we'll have to ask him.
He's a
If he's O positive, then you're O positive.
Isn't that what's the rare one?
It's not O positive.
I
That's
thought you
like
said O negative.
Well, like your grandmama was,
She was the rare blood.
she was like AB negative or something. I don't know. I'm not sure. Sir,
AB negative is the rare.
it is a 6 o'clock. It is a 6 o'clock.
it is a 6
It
o'clock.
is 6 o'clock on
9
a Friday
o'clock
night.
paying off, huh?
No, you tell your boss no.
Hmm.
If you need to take a call, take a call.
No, I'm good. Let's finish. Well, I'll call it. We're almost done anyway. We're at 28 minutes.
Wait, when is that food supposed to be here?
I just got an alert that said it would be late. It will now arrive between 6:43 and 6:53.
Bro.
Bro's running late.
Oh yeah, no, I'm not hungry. It's fine.
I'm not in control of the Grubhub.
Screw you, Grandpa. You suck.
So anyway,
You breaking news. You heard it here first. All right. So I guess that's going to wrap another one. We may continue this one on the next show.
you think? I think we should come up with something new because I'm out
Okay.
of stuff to talk about. On this.
Sounds good. Till next time, folks.
Goodbye, Richard.
So y'all.
Thank you.